What year was this?
2019.
What year are we in?
2026.
Bonnie loved Woody. I mean, she loved him in the third movie.
And that is a valid
Like, what happened
criticism.
to that?
Yeah, like, and I think...
My cowboy doll! Like, she wanted him the most. She was like, can I have that? Mm-hmm. That's mine. I want that.
Yeah.
She didn't say that about any of the other toys.
Him.
Yeah, so, okay, I hate this movie.
That is the worst scene in the history of cinema. Woody's back getting ripped open by Gabby. I remember in the theater I cringed. I thought like, oh my gosh, they're actually going to kill Woody right now. They're going to kill him. He's dead. Welcome to Starship Cinema. This is the podcast where we review movies, discuss their cultural impact, the art of cinema, and everything in between. As always, I am your host aboard this vessel, getting twisted today, Vince Salerno. I'm joined as always by my lovely wife and co-host Kate.
Hi.
And today we are continuing on our road to Toy Story 5, our last stop before Toy Story 5, Toy Story 4.
That came up very quickly.
I know. I can't believe it.
We've been talking about this since January.
Yeah, I know.
On the podcast.
Yeah. It's been a great journey. Toy Story 4 picks up roughly, timeline's always fuzzy with these movies, but I think about a year after the third movie. A new toy is introduced to the room, Forky, voiced by Tony Hale, who is made from trash and has this existential crisis of being forced into being something that he is not, and Woody takes it upon himself to teach Forky what it means to be a toy so that he is there for Bonnie, who is going through kindergarten and desperately loves this toy. All the while, Woody is going through this existential crisis of his own where he's not being played with, he's not being favored at all in Bonnie's room, and he's struggling to find relevance in her life. All the while, he reunites with Bo Peep on this road trip vacation that Bonnie and her family take, and he discovers that the life of a toy is not as straightforward as it appears, or as he's seen it. Mm-hmm. Many consider this to be the most controversial Toy Story film. Many consider it to be the worst Toy Story film. Before we get into all of that, I want to start off with you, because this is a very special movie for both of us, but I think me specifically.
You specifically.
I want to get into your thoughts on the film.
Okay.
Start with you.
Well, I really love the film, and as a non-super fan of the movies, I like the movies, but I wouldn't go multiple times back to the theater to see it.
You wouldn't watch it in theaters 4 times.
No, not
like someone else did.
Maybe twice, but I do really enjoy the film, and I really loved it because, you know, when I was a kid, I was a preteen teenager. I think it was 13 when the third movie came out, and that was really exciting because everyone was waiting for Toy Story 3.
Yeah,
it was like an event, and then Toy Story 4 came out. I'm like, we have to see that. Like, that is like, it's fun. We've been waiting for years. One of the biggest animated
films of all time.
Yeah, and so I really like the movie. I really love the characters. I think we've been on the edge of our seats of what is going to happen to the toys, you know, with Bonnie. Are we going to see this adventure with Bonnie? And what's funny is Bonnie really isn't even the focal point of the movie. It's very funny, but I really like how they do it. I love the music, the colors, where they go. That it's appealing to me because that's what I like about Toy Story 2. They go outside of Andy's home. They venture into the real world, and it's just a fun world that they venture in.
They go further than they've ever gone in any of the movies this time around. Yeah. You said something interesting, like it's not really about Bonnie. I was thinking about that today, actually. Like,
really?
The kids are not really that like interesting characters in themselves. Like they're just kind of vehicles to facilitate the story. Like, and we don't know much about Andy except that he loves cowboys and space rangers, and he loves his toys. And he's a very imaginative kid. But like, we don't know what makes Andy get
You're
up in
right.
the morning. We don't know like who Andy is as a character.
And we never have. He's always gone.
Yeah, but like the point is that he is a kid who loves playing with toys.
Yeah.
And Bonnie, it's the same way.
Yeah.
Although I think in Toy Story 5 I think you're gonna have to know more about Bonnie to like see how like technology
because it's her,
affects her
world, and she's growing.
But like
up.
even Andy, I don't think Andy really got that. Like Andy didn't really have like an arc until Toy Story 3, where he had to learn to let go of his childhood. But yeah, like the kids are just kind of these plot devices to move the story forward. But that's fine because it's about the toys, not about the kids.
Right.
It's a toy story, exactly.
But no, I like the movie a lot. I really.
How do you? I guess. Sorry, we'll save the ranking for after.
Oh yeah, sure.
You said last time you weren't surprised that they were doing Toy Story 4, or were you?
I wasn't. We'd just been waiting for so long that it was like.
Because I thought that 3 really was the end, and 4. I never thought we were going to get Toy Story 4. I thought that was a pipe dream, and the fact that it happened, I was like, wow. Then if 3 wasn't it, this has got to be the last movie.
I think I thought that 3 was the last one, but then when they were like coming out with Toy Story 4, I mean, I think I was like, wow, dang, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I remember I was so amped for this movie. I mean, obviously, but just to tell you how amped I was, I did a video. It actually did pretty well back in the day. It got over 1,000 views out of the gate. I did a prediction video because I was trying to theorize, when is the Toy Story 4 teaser trailer going to drop? And I predicted that it was going to drop with Wreck-It Ralph 2, which was coming out in the summer, or the winter of 2018. And I was right. Totally right. I called it. I did this really long, complicated video like, predicting that, and I was right. And I basically every Monday, Tuesday night up until the teaser came out, I had my YouTube notifications on. I woke up in the morning, I checked my phone first thing in the morning to see if for weeks, nothing. And then one night I was up at like 5 in the morning, randomly. My alarm hadn't gone off yet. I decided to check my phone, and I see I can barely make out the thumbnail, but in my notifications, Toy Story 4 teaser trailer. I immediately run into the bathroom, because all my roommates in our dorm were asleep at the time. I ran into the bathroom, grabbed my laptop, and I sit down and I record my reaction to the trailer. I hope I didn't wake anybody up. I don't think I did.
Sure you did.
I didn't scream or anything like that, but I knew nothing about this film. I knew nothing about the film. I didn't know that there was going to be a character named Forky or anything, and it's a great teaser. I love the teaser trailer. It's so perfect. It's like all the characters and they're locking arms and they're like in a circle.
Song, yeah.
And to the song Both Sides Now by Judy Collins, which is such a great song because it really, it encapsulates Woody's crisis in the movie. I didn't know that it was also used for Hereditary, so everyone was like, why is this horror song being used for a Toy Story film?
So funny.
It is kind of an eerie, like 70s, early 60s song.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're all frolicking, holding their hands, and all of a sudden it gets to Forky, and you're like, whoa, what the heck? Who is this guy? And we're off. Like, the mystery of Forky, who is Forky, really like pushed the marketing forward. And also like a great you remember the teaser poster for this movie? Super like moody and kind of
it looked dark almost.
Dark.
I thought it was gonna be a horror.
It was like
story.
like a really fancy like photo shoot with Woody.
No, I was confused that it was gonna be a horror movie because didn't they do some sort of spoof?
No, they did. They spoofed that with Child's Play, but because the poster is like, it starts out in the top left corner is kind of a dark shadow, and then the light kind of slowly fades up as Woody's in the bottom right corner, and all you see as far as branding is just June 2019.
I thought we were gonna get a horror movie out of. I thought either one, Toy Story 4 wasn't real, and it was gonna be a horror movie.
It was like a spoof.
Wait. I'm confused. Or Toy Story 4 was going to be really dark. Like, there was an actual Toy Story movie, but it was going to be really dark.
Well, people were saying, like, oh my gosh, is Woody going to die? Are they going to kill Woody at the end of this movie? And I thought, that'd be really ballsy. And also no.
Yeah,
Like, there's no way they would do that in a kids' movie. That would just destroy people. I'd be destroyed. But they did do a spoof of that because the Child's Play remake was coming out, and they did like a spoof of like Chucky the doll having like broken ham and Woody and Buzz off screen.
Oh, that's crazy.
We'll put pictures of that on screen so people can see those posters. But I loved everything for this. I was just so amped, and man, it was a wild time.
Time to be alive. What year was this?
2019.
What year are we in?
2026.
I was just wondering back to, when did we go to college?
I graduated in 2017.
So you got there in 2014?
Yeah.
So I got there in 2016?
I guess so, yeah.
2017. I was there 2017.
Yeah, fall of 2017.
So, one more year, and I've known Nancy for 10 years.
Your friend Nancy, right? That's
I was just thinking about that because I was like, when did we start dating, and when did I meet Nancy?
We started dating in 2019, which is also why this movie is so special.
Not when did we, but like around this time, I knew it was like either the movie was coming out.
Yeah.
We had started talking around Easter, in March, and then you were like, no, and I was like,
yeah.
Okay,
For some insight, we met Kate and I met online on an online dating app. Let me rewind. We met in person multiple times, and I really didn't pay attention to you until the last time, actually, before I moved back home, because I thought, wow, my apartment was being used for a short film because
I didn't even.
I was an MBA student, and unless you're an MBA student, you can't shoot in other students' apartments. So all these undergrad students came into my apartment and shot their short film, and Kate was one of the actresses working on that film, and I thought she was really cute, and I don't know why I didn't say anything. I don't know.
I didn't even see you there. I didn't see you there. Wish I remembered
you were
that.
really cute. I kind of Facebook stalked you after that, and I thought, wow, this really, 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 really attractive girl, just like in and out of my life. And then we met up on online dating app.
We reconnected
on online dating app, and I thought this girl is never gonna want to be friends with me, never gonna want to date me, anything like that. So I just was like, let me just shoot my shot and we'll see what happens. And sure enough, we ended up having a lot in common. We both loved Disney. She was one of the few girls that when I showed her my Toy Story collection, she was actually like, oh, that's actually really cool.
Regretted that moment for the rest of my life.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I didn't want to I didn't realize that would be like an encouragement.
You didn't realize how deep it was.
Like, I was like, oh, I don't want to encourage this.
Yeah, but no, we hit it off really well.
We did, yeah.
But the problem was, we were gonna have to do a long distance relationship because you were still in California. I was in the
which was not a problem for me.
Yeah, it was a problem for me because I was in the Midwest. I had been through multiple long distance relationships, and I just didn't want to short term long distance relationships. I didn't want to burn myself again, and I wanted to find somebody that was close by, local.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it's funny that that's the way that ended up, because I was also going through some stuff during that year. I had fulfilled one of my bucket list goals of working at a movie theater, and it was equally exciting that Toy Story 4 was coming out because I was getting all these exclusive perks and stuff.
Yeah.
I got to see the Toy Story 4 popcorn bucket before we actually got to sell it.
You're so
and
funny.
I bought 4 of those because I was so excited for the movie.
Where are they now?
They're still back in my old house.
Okay.
I'll have to get those.
So funny.
But yeah, thank you, AMC.
Oh my gosh.
But I wasn't really happy with my life circumstance. I was going through some difficulties with my degree. I was really missing my friends. I was kind of feeling purposeless,
because everyone stayed in California.
Aimless. Yeah, I left what was my life for 4 years,
I still don't understand.
Moved in
why
with
that
my
you did
parents
that.
and got a job and stuff. And I mean, nothing against living with your parents or anything. My parents really did a lot for me during that period of time. But this was all about me. This was just me not really knowing where to go, what to do. And Kate was kind of a bright light in that, I don't want to say dark time, but just really confusing time. And I decided not to pursue a relationship with her. And in the back of my mind, I was kind of thinking, I don't want to do this, but I don't know if I can take a chance on that. And it was seeing this movie. It was seeing one of my favorite, my favorite film character go through what I was going through at the time and redefine his purpose, which is the theme of the movie. Helped me to realize like what I was missing out on, and I needed to trust myself, need to listen to my inner voice. So that's why this movie means so much to me, not just because it's Toy Story and it's Woody and I love Woody, but like seeing Woody go through what I was going through. It was almost like God was answering my prayers in a way, and he was doing it in the form of having me see Woody go through it. And what ended up happening was I decided I have to beg this girl to give me another chance. And I texted her on a slow shift at work one night. And funny enough, this was a sign. I know this was a sign. Funny enough, what were you doing? What were you about to do?
I was on my way to go see Toy Story 4.
With your family?
Yeah.
I'm curious, actually, which theater were you guys going to?
It's not a theater anymore. It's a church now.
Oh, you're kidding.
No. It used to be called The Rave.
That's insane.
VE. And
did we ever go there?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
No, it basically closed down like the following year. Like COVID pretty much killed it.
Got it. But you were on your way to go see...
I was on my way to go see Toy Story 4. And then we actually, funny enough, did not see the movie, which benefited you because I was able to talk to you for the rest of the night.
Yeah, so I asked her, like, hey...
And the only reason we weren't able to go see the movie is because this is so weird. My mom's credit card kept getting declined. Like, all her cards kept getting declined. I remember you saying she's that. Like, what the heck? I think it was like some sort of fraud or something. Like, my dad had canceled the cards because they had fraud, and she didn't know that.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have any cash, so we had to go home and get tickets online and then do it or get cash for a different day. But
that's funny. Yeah,
we got to talk that night.
And I basically said,
and you were like, give me a chance. And I was like, and I talked to my mom about it. I was like, I don't know, I want to say yes, but I'm a little nervous.
But you did.
But I did. And then I went to see Toy Story 4 and it was really good. A couple days later.
I mean, to this day I call her my Bo Peep. I probably would have called you that anyways because Woody and Bo, and that's you and sweet. Me. But because Woody almost lost Bo twice, and I was almost lost you, I was like, I'm holding on tight and I'm not letting go. And so it was a great year, 2019. Sorry. My favorite
continuity
sequel to my favorite movie of all time came out, and I met the love of my life, who became my wife and mother to my 2 boys. So far. And we're living our best life. And now we're here 6-7 years later reviewing Toy Story 4 together.
Crazy.
Yeah.
On a podcast,
yeah. So that's part of the reason why this movie means so much to me now. I wanted to get into the themes because I think this movie... Part of the reason why I think people don't like this film is because it is too focused on Woody. It's very character-centric, and it's everything that takes up real estate in this movie is about reinforcing Woody's story and the themes of purpose, trusting yourself, and your inner voice.
I actually don't understand why people are so angry about that, because it is kind of a reset of the series, the movies.
Well, exactly. I think people wanted more of the same. Because, Toy Story 1, 2, and 3...
But he's starting a new life with a new kid. So basically, he's a baby again. Like, he's just learning how to be Bonnie's toy now.
Right,
completely
exactly.
different dynamic.
And I think
completely different playtime.
Yeah, but I think people had a different expectation going in because, the specials and the short films kind of established that Woody was still kind of the top dog, even not necessarily. But I also, in hindsight, I don't think that would be realistic to that situation. Of course, Woody wouldn't just come in and own the room. And I think it's more interesting that we find out that Woody is not only struggling to not be the top dog and take Dolly, because Dolly's running the room.
Yeah.
But he's not even the favorite toy.
Yeah.
Dolly is running the room, and Jesse has taken what would have been his spot as the favorite toy. Not that he's even angry at Jesse. It's not about Jesse.
Which I can understand why people are upset by that because Bonnie loved Woody. I mean, she loved him in the third movie.
And that is a valid
what happened
criticism.
to that?
Yeah, and I think...
My cowboy doll! She wanted him the most. She was like, can I have that? Mm-hmm. That's mine. I want that.
Yeah.
She didn't say that about any of the other toys.
Him.
Yeah, so, okay, I hate this movie. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. Conflict. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I think...
Clip that for real.
Yeah, no kidding. I think, though, when you look at Toy Story 3, she has that moment where she, tips Jesse's hat, where she's first holding her. Jesse's the first toy she gets introduced to. I think there's just, a little subtle nod that, Jessie is going to be favored in that moment.
Well, she is a girl.
And she is a girl, exactly. Exactly, yeah.
And Bonnie's a girl, so you just assume she's going to play with the girl toys.
Right. But I just think it's more interesting. Woody... is not the circumstances are not the same for Woody.
It makes
so
sense.
Interesting because the whole movie is predicated on this premise of what happens when Woody's status quo is flipped on its head in a way that he did not expect. He
hasn't dealt with
he
before.
does not have a place in Bonnie's life. And when Forky comes into the scenario, it's because Woody is forcing himself to be in Bonnie's life. His presence at the classroom in kindergarten makes Forky. And Woody considers it his duty to make sure Forky, who doesn't understand what it means to be a toy, stays in Bonnie's life because that's all he's That's all he's got. And if Forky does not exist in Bonnie's life, then he might as well not exist in Bonnie's life. That's the point. And he doesn't know anything else beyond that. So he's scared he doesn't even know what to consider what life can be like for a toy. So when he goes out into I don't know where they go. They don't say. But when they do this road trip and they go to this small tourist town, kind of vintage 60s town with the antique store, and he's meeting all these toys that are at this playground, he realizes that he's starting to understand that there is more to a toy's life than just being owned by one kid. You can be there for a lot of kids, which is where Bo enters the story. And she, not only does it become a love story or rekindled love story between Woody and Bo, but it's about Woody and Bo's worldviews clashing. And the both of them, not just Woody learning from Bo, but Bo actually learning from Woody, I think. I don't know if you picked up on that, because everyone talks about Woody learning from Bo.
And I think he does.
Yeah.
But then I also think that he sees, it's not such a horrible thing to be a lost toy. It's not the end of the world. She's obviously happy. It's not this rough life that she's living. She's made a life for herself and other toys. She's helped other toys, and I think he really needs to see that. You can't just help.
Has she, though? I don't think she's really helped others. I think she's kind of in it for herself.
But she's at the very end, she's helping toys.
But that's her
kids.
arc.
Oh, I see.
She doesn't get to that. I think that's her arc.
I think she's protecting toys.
I guess. I think that's where her arc comes in, though, because she
thinks she's doing good, but she's not.
Well, she's looking out for herself. She just wants to get played with, and she doesn't really care about being there for kids, or she's just going to where the kids are and being played with. But Woody is so devoted and loyal to his kids and helping kids and helping toys, that you know, when Bo is kind of having that, like, she's like Giggles is like telling her what a piece of crap Woody is, and she's like, this doesn't feel right, like I don't feel right leaving Woody behind, and she says, like, Woody's not selfish, he's just trying to do right by his kid, and
you gotta love him.
You gotta love him for it. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's Bo. Like, Bo changes because she realizes that, like, I can be doing more than just making sure I get played with. I can be helping kids get what every kid, we should want every kid to have, which is getting them with toys who will make them happy.
Yeah,
because the purpose of a toy is to make a child happy. And that's what Woody says in Toy Story 2. That's like the purpose of a toy. And this, like, Woody and Bo learn that, like, making a kid happy doesn't necessarily mean you have to be devoted to one kid. You can help all sorts of toys get to be played with by kids. And oh man, I could talk for hours about this movie, but I'll try to keep it short.
But let's not tonight.
Woody's arc is so good in this because he's desperate. He's desperate the whole time. Everyone's like, why is Woody acting so squirrely? He's not acting like himself. Bo bosses him around the whole time.
Well, he just lost a kid. Then he got to another kid who's also throwing him around, and like everybody else is getting played with, so it makes sense.
Right. But he's
the leader of the pack.
But he's desperate the whole time.
Yeah,
that's why he's different. He's not in control. He's not the leader.
Nope. And Sheriff Woody's always the leader.
Yeah, he's not in his usual environment. He
stepped into someone else's world.
He's out of his depth. He doesn't know the antique store. Like, the first time he tries to go and get Forky, he almost gets everyone captured. He gets Bo's sheep captured because he doesn't know what he's doing, and Bo knows that world. And so he's out of his depth, and he needs to, like, his actions, his spontaneity like in the actual heist where they try to get Forky, like, the whole thing goes haywire because
it's just what he's used to.
He's desperate. Well, not even what he's used to. This is just like him, like...
Well, yes, you're right, he's desperate, but he does take the lead on all the rescue missions ever, that he's ever done.
Right, but he's not taking the lead because, like, they're enacting a very, like... He's not taking the lead because he's following the plan. He's taking the lead because he's looking out for himself.
That's true. Okay.
Because, like, when he jumps off the shelf and onto the cat to save Forky, that causes Bo to fall. That causes the sheep to chip their leg off. And everyone else to fall off.
Everyone breaks something in this movie.
Giggles gets eaten by the cat dragon. Woody gets ripped open. That was more Gabby than anything. That is the worst scene in the history of cinema. Woody's back getting ripped open by Gabby. I remember in the theater I cringed. I thought, like, oh my gosh, they're actually going to kill Woody right now. They're going to kill him. He's dead. And then they keep trying to rip his back open. It's so... I hate it.
He does not like
I'm sure the friend who I went with to see Toy Story 4 for the first time would attest to how cringed I was when I saw that. I hate that. I hate watching it. Oh man, it breaks my heart.
Moving on.
But like, once they get out of the antique store, like, Ducky and Bunny are damaged. Everybody is, like, not with him, and Woody is like, no, everybody get up. We got to get back in there. We can do this. And he's forcing this thing, and like, Bo is like, so the rest of us don't count, and in a way it's true.
I get that, it's true, but he's also trying to think of the toy he left behind. No toy gets left behind,
of course.
And I agree with Woody in the sense of, like, look, I'm going back in there, whether or not you want to come back with me, totally up to you, but I gotta go get this toy.
I agree totally with that. But it's underlying this. It's not even really about Forky. It's about him.
Yeah, oh, I know that.
Yeah. So I think
still I wouldn't leave Forky though.
Oh yeah, he's not in the wrong to leave Forky behind.
Yeah.
And he does care about Forky. He cares about Bonnie also, but he's also, again, doing this because he's afraid to. Again, if Forky is not in Bonnie's life, then Woody might as well not be in her life. And it's really sad when he kind of gives up his voice box to trade for Forky, because it's kind of like him admitting, like, all right, my time is over as a toy. I'm really never going to be relevant in Bonnie's life. I'm never going to be relevant in Andy's life because Andy's gone. Like, I don't know what's left for me, but I know that I need to get Forky back to Bonnie, regardless of whether I get played with or not. Yeah. It's kind of like when Woody tells Buzz that, like, he is loved by Andy, even though he knows that telling him that means that he won't get loved by Andy.
Yeah.
But then the end kicks in and Woody discovers that, like, oh, I can actually help toys get what I had with what I had with Andy and Bonnie as far as being loved. I tracked every character arc that reinforces the themes, and I'll just go through it real quick. Because I want people to understand why Toy Story 4 is not a bad movie. Everyone says it's a bad movie. I disagree. I think it's perfect. I think it's different, but it's not a bad movie. It's different from the other three films, but it's not a bad movie. So Woody, the main theme that Woody reinforces is the theme of purpose. So I tracked every character's want, their need, and their outcome by the end of the movie. So Woody wants to be there for Bonnie. He needs to embrace a new perspective on life, what it means to be a toy. And the outcome is that he helps toys get the love that he had with Bonnie and Andy. Because this great scene with Gabby where he's holding up the pencil, like, you don't know me. Gabby becomes kind of a sympathetic villain, even though we hate her guts.
Well, you hate her guts.
No, I don't hate her guts.
Okay.
We hate her guts up until this point because she ripped open Woody's back. Sure. But
again, you hate her guts because she ripped open Woody's back.
I think it's kind of a shared thing. I don't know anybody who doesn't really hate Gabby in that situation, but she becomes sympathetic because she sympathizes with what Woody has gone through and kind of says, like, you know, you've had this incredible experience and you know better than anybody what it's like to be loved. You've experienced love like that twice with Andy and with Bonnie. Like, you're lucky, and I just want a chance to have at least one of those moments. And that allows Woody, giving her his voice box and then seeing her rejected by Harmony.
It's really rough.
Yeah. But that her kind of turn and Woody wanting to help her allows for him to discover that there's a new purpose, a new interpretation of what it means to be there for a kid. And he can help toys. He is lucky in that he had Bonnie and Andy. He can now help toys get what he had. That is very rare for a toy to get, especially in this day and age. So that leads to the end of the movie where he chooses to help Bo and the other toys, or help Bo and the Ducky Bunny, Kaboom, that gang, help other toys get with kids. Buzz has a really singular role in the movie, but it's an important one, and it's different. It's weird because everyone thinks he's stupid, but if you think about what he's doing in the movie, I think it makes perfect sense. Buzz represents the theme of trusting your instincts or your inner voice. So Buzz wants to help Woody, but he needs to trust his instincts in order to do that. And his trusting his instincts are what help him let Woody go in the end. Because Woody is ready to go back with Bonnie and the rest of the toys, even though he knows that he's probably going to go back in the closet. But it's Buzz saying Bonnie will be okay that gives Woody permission to trust his instincts and go with Bo. And I think it's just a great use of Buzz. Even though he's not in the movie all that much, he still serves this really important part, and it really reinforces that, like, Buzz really is Woody's best friend because he cares so much about him. And I think Woody feels that, like, Buzz has helped him in such a impactful way, and just, like, leading up to their hug at the end, that emotional goodbye. I love it. I think Buzz has a great role in this movie. Bo, as I said, she wants to be free from owners and the heartbreak of owners. She just wants to be played with. It's not really thinking about other kids or other toys. She just wants to be played with. And she needs to learn to be there for kids. And so she ends up going off with Woody and shares his outcome by the end of the film. Duke Kaboom, Ducky and Bunny, they kind of share the same theme of purpose, but from a different perspective. Duke Kaboom wants to be loved as the toy he was marketed as, which is the toy that does all the stunts, and Rajan rejecting him.
It's a commercial.
It's a commercial. It's not real.
It's not real.
Why, Rajan? Why? Ducky and Bunny have been on this carnival wall for years, and they just want to be won by a kid. And all three of them...
they want to be won by a kid to be played with.
Yeah.
But they just want to be one off the shelf.
Right,
They don't want to just get down.
But all three of them reject, being with a kid to take on this new purpose of helping toys get played with, which is pretty noble of them, because I'm assuming Duke only had one owner.
Sounds like it.
And then Ducky and Bunny have never been owned by a kid. And they thought they were going to be with Bonnie, but somewhere along the line they just through this whole operation where they help Gabby, they realized wow, this is a good thing that we've done. We can do a lot of good through this. Even though we don't get played with, it's still fulfilling. It's a good life. It's a good purpose. Gabby, in a similar way where Woody thinks he needs to be attached to one owner. Her arc is probably the most impactful as far as Woody's story. She thinks she can only be with one kid, and that's Harmony.
Because Harmony looks like the girl in the book.
Yeah, in part, yeah. And she needs to learn to be there for just any kid, because as she says... Sorry, my voice is getting dry. As she says, being there for a child is the most noble thing a toy can do. And so she doesn't see that as I can be there for any kid. I have to be there for one kid. But then she ends up being rejected by Harmony and finding the kid that's lost.
Less than, which kind of doesn't make any sense, because Harmony seems like the kind of kid to play with any toy, as we saw. So that part doesn't make sense. That she would just toss.
She's not as accessible as Woody, though. Everyone loves a cowboy doll.
Every little girl loves a doll.
True.
To have tea with. She was having tea by herself.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty rotten. They should have done something else other than
but then that little girl that gets lost, she doesn't have a toy that can comfort her.
I understand that. That's totally fine. We just need a different way to
because it reinforces what Gabby said. She is being there for a toy, for a child. Yeah. And she's doing it in a very noble way. She's trying to help protect this girl, try to help her through this really difficult situation of being lost. It really hits.
Yeah, it does, for sure.
Yeah. And then Forky has kind of an arc. It's pretty straightforward. He wants to be garbage. He has to learn to embrace being a toy. And through this adventure, he learns to embrace not what his intended purpose, or at least what he thought his intended purpose was, but what his actual purpose is now. So mostly the movie is just about redefining your purpose. And it's great. I love it. I think it's great. It really focuses on Woody and challenges his worldview. It sucks that it doesn't really make room for the side characters like Rex, Slinky, Potato Heads, Ham.
Hey, we got another movie coming out though that might.
I think Toy Story 5 is gonna kind of be like an apology for that omission.
An apology.
But here's the thing though. If this movie is focusing specifically on that theme of purpose, I don't see where the characters would really fit into that story. Because if you see this as the final film, Jessie and the other toys, their story has been told. Their happily ever after has happened. They are living happily at Bonnie's home. So there's not really much that they can add character-wise to the story. So I'd rather they be, kind of cameos in the background, still present, but just cameos, than forcing them into the story where they don't really fit. And again, maybe I wouldn't be saying this if we weren't getting Toy Story 5, which looks to be fixing that problem, because it's they recast Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head. I don't think they would have done that if they didn't intend on making them more like more involved with the story and all that. We had a bunch more points that we wanted to get to. We only have like 15 minutes.
That's okay. You got through a lot.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. And
we kind of went on a tangent a couple times. So
yeah, it's okay. Well, it's a good tangent. I'm glad we told the story about us meeting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on like the theme? Did you pick up on anything different than what I picked up on?
Not as in depth, I don't think, just because I'm not thinking about it in that way. I think I think we should watch movies from two perspectives. You are like really peeling back the layers, and me, I'm just appreciating for like if it's a good movie or not, and just kind of like looking at it as base level. Like I want you to be like over analyzing, and I'll just analyze. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't pick on anything like different, but just kind of what I said at the beginning. What did you say? How like it's okay that Woody kind of starts over. Like this is not his scene. It's Bonnie's. Bonnie's the kid in charge now. Her toys. He's coming into a world that's not his own. The other toys are in charge. He's not anymore, even though he was for so long. Like he's like a baby in a new setting. You know? He's like coming to know what to do, how to be in this new world. So
in Bonnie's world, or like finding out that he doesn't fit in Bonnie's world. Yeah. What do you think of the love story between Woody and Bo?
I really like it. I didn't really love how they left things when she was getting tossed out in the box. Like it just kind of felt like, I don't know, even though
at the beginning,
even though you're not Andy's toy, doesn't mean you can't like get out of the box and be with Woody if you love him. You know, like you can just hide, you can stay around the home, you can, whatever. You stayed on a shelf for so long. Cause so what if you're, hiding out in a toy chest or up high on a shelf? Like, oh, how did this get here? If you are found, like time to get rid of you.
But eventually, she's not gonna be played with because she like.
Sure, and she wanted to get played with.
They bought that lamp.
She wanted to get played with more than she loved Woody.
Well, I think she knew that if she took herself out of that box, Andy's mom was going to find her and be like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. The sheep and the Bo Peep that came with the lamp, we didn't get." Or he would call and say like, "Hey, the Bo Peep and the sheep are missing. Like, didn't you put those in the box?" Yeah. And she's right. She's not Andy's toy. But it's interesting that is the only time that Woody has ever considered leaving Andy. Like he'd leave Andy for Bo, but also not really. Like he seriously considered it.
No, he did not.
Yeah. So. But I think they both, like at that point, both him and Woody know that their purpose is to be there for a kid and not really for each other. So she knows that like whoever the next owner is, I'm going to be there for them. I'm going to take care of them and be their toy. Yeah. And Woody is like, I can't abandon Andy. So like, I think they both get it in that moment.
Yeah, they do.
But I think it's cool that Bo is not just like a rinse and repeat of who she was. Cause she wasn't really well developed in.
She had a couple of lines.
Yeah, she was more like Woody's conscience.
Yeah.
In the films, she feels like a more fleshed out, interesting character. I really like what they did with her. I don't think it comes off as like girl bossy or feminist or whatever. I just think it's interesting. No. It's a unique spin on the character.
She's just finding her own way.
Yeah. You said something interesting that like you think this is a new. There was like a line that you thought set up Toy Story 5 or something.
Oh, yes. When Woody is walking back with Forky and he's carrying him at this point, and he's like, you grow up with a kid and you get to see them doing all these things. You get to watch them grow up. And then they leave and they do other things and you don't get to see them doing those other things, but they are doing life or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't get to be there for them when they're doing other things.
When they're an adult.
When they're an adult. And I thought that was maybe a foreshadowing. I was kind of predicting like that might be a foreshadowing for Toy Story 5 where maybe we see what Andy is doing in his life. Now, I don't think so because I just remembered the whole... I mean, not the whole premise of Toy Story 5, but what we've seen so far of Toy Story 5 has nothing to do with Andy. Like, it doesn't even remotely sound... although I I could see how they bring him back in, but anyways, I just thought maybe it was like a tease of, hey, we're gonna see.
What? What?
I'm so sorry. I just noticed that this room is 2 different tones.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
That wall is darker. It's not a shadow. It's
No
not
wonder
just a corner.
Out of nowhere. Sorry, guys. We've been recording in this room for what? 5-6 months now? Just noticed that? Cool.
Wow. I thought it was just like the shadow or how the light hit the wall.
That is so funny.
It's light.
No wonder
and then
this room
dark.
feels so like cold and
It's weird.
throwing us off.
I wonder why they did that.
Well, we gotta fix that.
Anyways, I'm so sorry. I just thought it was like gonna tease.
You know what they could do? Remember in Doctor Who when the Doctor leaves Amy and Rory? Mm-hmm. Like he dumps them off. Yeah.
That's
from
right.
your book, yeah.
Yes.
Dumps off.
No, from Gilmore Girls.
From Gilmore Girls too, yeah. Remember when he dumps off Amy and Rory, and he goes on an adventure with Craig?
Yeah.
What's his name? James Corden's character, and we see.
Oh, that's right.
He runs into them in the store.
Yes,
and they're like, she's become this fashion model, and so she's like successful, and he's just like super proud of her. It's just like a moment.
Yeah. I do remember
they
that.
could do that in Toy Story 5, or maybe like while Woody and Buzz are like on their way to find Jessie
I thought maybe
or something.
that would be a possibility.
Maybe like, I don't know, in traffic they like, oh my gosh, that's Andy in that car, and they just see him with like his kids and being
and they
dad.
get to see him doing life,
and then he just drives away. And it's just like,
that's fine. Just like a glimpse into his life, see what
there
happened.
was a rumor. I
think.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, he keeps living, and Woody has to do something else, but he's known him his whole life. You know? So
somebody said something about maybe Toy Story like 6 and 7 Andrew Stanton said that you could do 2 more films in the series, and like I've always thought in the back of my head, if they're ever going to end it, if they're going to commit to doing one more film after 5, maybe the best way to end it is to have all the toys end up back with Andy, but with Andy's kids.
That's what I thought. That would be a good idea.
I mean, who knows? That's kind of like a cop out. I feel like it's kind of an obvious ending.
Like it's not gutsy.
Yeah, I mean, like it depends on how you do it. It just feels like a fan servicey thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you would do it. That would make it really interesting or compelling. But I wanted to bring up that point, so that was really interesting. Okay, how do you feel about the ending? So Woody decides to leave.
I was upset
Bonnie.
at the ending when I first watched the movie.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
I was very disappointed.
Wow.
I hated that they broke up Woody and Buzz. Even though Woody and Bo got to be together. Yeah. I hated that. I was really upset. Like, I felt sad after the movie.
Yeah.
Didn't love how it ended. But now, watching it, having watched it a few more times, I really like it. I think it's good. I think it's good for him because he's not gonna get what he wants back at Bonnie's house. It's just not. And he is going to get a life of love and luxury with Bo because he loves her and he is good.
Love and adventure.
Yeah, love, adventure, meeting new people, being in charge, setting the stage. Like he gets to do all that. He gets to kind of.
He gets to lead alongside the love of his life.
Yeah, he does. So I really like that.
Cool. Yeah.
I like the ending.
Yeah, I agree. I think the way they handled Buzz and Woody saying goodbye to each other. I mean, I think it was really bittersweet.
Ooh.
No, that's Toy Story 3.
Oh yeah, doesn't matter. Still sad.
Buzz says to infinity, and what Woody says and beyond.
And beyond.
Yeah, but it just like what Buzz says to Woody, and then he gives Jessie his badge and says goodbye to all the toys, and the hug. I love the hug between Woody and Buzz because I always thought we've never seen Woody and Buzz hug in these movies. Like would Woody press his buttons and be like as he's hugging Buzz Lightyear to the rescue, but.
It's like a soft hug, like a gentle hug. He's not pressing.
Well, Woody pulls him in though at the end. So, but I mean, I'm saying this as I'm glad they did it because it's a really beautiful image, and it was nice that they kind of mirrored that in the trailer for Toy Story 5, where they're saying hi to each other and they're giving each other a bro hug. I love it. I think it's great, and I really thought this was the last one. And I thought, like, if you ending it on that way, like, I think it's a beautiful ending. It's fantastic. Break them up, have them do a really bittersweet goodbye, and send them both off doing their thing. So I mean, I was really satisfied walking out.
Yeah.
I thought it was really gutsy. I thought it was really emotional, and it was everything the movie needed. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Do we hit all our points?
Mostly, yeah.
I think we did. Okay, I kind of talked about the marketing, the trailers, and the posters. We have the toys here. We got to fit in our toy segment, talking about the Toy Story 4 toys. Not the best year for Toy Story toys, I gotta be honest, but pretty decent.
For Toy Story 4?
Yeah.
I'm already telling you Toy Story 5 toys are just not.
Well, there's a rumor going around that the Toy Story 5 toys are being released in waves. We might get the full-scale dolls and
because
stuff.
What they have now
I
is
really want to get a nice new one for my son, Woody and Buzz. I don't want to spend $100 or whatever on those Ultimate Action toys because those are just way too expensive. They did some full-scale toys for Woody, Buzz, Bo, and Forky, but they were okay. The Bo toys were great. No complaints on those. The Forky ones were really good. The Woody and Buzzes, though, like Woody, they started like printing all of Woody's, like his badge, his vest as like a print, as opposed to like an actual vest. Like, I didn't like that. The Buzzes they sold only had like his arms were bent like this, and you could only bend him like this. You couldn't bend him straight. His legs wouldn't bend, so they were all kind of gimmicky. And then they re-released the Signature Collection. So if you wanted like the legit, real deal, fully articulated, full accessory and details, Woody and Buzz, you had to buy those.
Sure.
I think they re-released Jessie and Bullseye and the Aliens. Yeah, because I didn't have the Aliens. I picked them up when they re-released them in my collection. And then they also did Ducky and Bunny in the Toy Story collection. They did Bo Peep. And they did Duke Kaboom.
Ducky and Bunny were cool.
Ducky and Bunny were great. Yeah, I love those. I searched far and wide for Duke Kaboom and Bo Peep. I had to search like multiple Targets. I had to ask if they had them in the back. It was kind of fun. Like that was a really fun time to go on like toy hunts because like those were really hard to find. And I didn't think I'd be able to find Duke Kaboom, but I actually had to pay online and have him shipped to the store.
Wow.
But look, for Bo, I just walked in. I said, "Hey, do you guys have Bo Peep in the Toy Story collection?" And they're like, "Let me check in the back." And they're like, "We have 2 left. Do you want one?" I was like, "Yes, absolutely." And I'm really glad I got at least Bo Peep because she fits in with like at least the first movie collection.
Yep.
So the Signature Collection, top notch, great. It was also when they started doing this, what we have here, this 7-inch scale line of action figures that they're continuing to this day in various degrees. These, I bought like a ton of these when Toy Story 4 came out. I wanted to add them to my Toy Story collection. And over time, I just was like, like they're kind of cheap-ish plastic. They're really cool. They're nice articulated action figures, which is not something that Toy Story has done really well in the past. Like they got articulation in the legs and the knees and the elbows and the shoulders and the head and all that. But I just didn't really know what to do with them. I didn't really want to keep them displayed. And eventually I decided I'm just going to give them to my son. And thankfully my son plays with them all the time. So I have Woody, Buzz, Bo Peep, and Forky right here. I initially was just going to buy Woody, Buzz, and Bo Peep and call it good. Like I was going to buy a couple action figures to add to the collection and call it good. But then I saw like Forky and Duke Kaboom, which came in a set out in the wild. It's like, I got to get that. And then I was like, well, if I got these guys, I got to get Ducky and Bunny. And then I got to get Gabby, and I got to get Jessie and Rex and Slinky. They also sold Tintoy or Tinny from Tintoy. So I even if I hadn't gotten all those, like I had to get that because that's like a Pixar gem right there. But yeah, I think I went a little overboard with that. I'm glad I did, because like I was able to pass these on to my son, and he loves them and he loves playing with them. But like I would not, like they're re-releasing these figures and updating them for Toy Story 5. I would not add these to my collection. I don't know what I'd do with them. I would much rather invest in adding to my full-scale collection. That's really all I want to collect as far as Toy Story toys right now. I don't have any interest in anything else. No, like I kind of went overboard with toys. I bought the Funko Pops. I bought these. I obviously bought the Signature Collection toys.
They should have measured this with an actual spork. Like,
why?
They should have come out with a Forky that's like the size of an actual spork.
Well, they did.
Which one?
The one downstairs.
No, that's way too big for an actual spork.
Well, that's the full scale version of Forky.
But it doesn't make any sense because the spork is not that big.
Well, Forky is in that movie. He's like an oversized spork.
That doesn't exist.
Well, if you look at it, like, I know it doesn't exist, but in the movie, that's how they made him. Because if you made him,
no, he is an actual spork.
Yeah, but he is oversized.
No.
Legit. No joke. No joke. I promise you.
No.
I promise you. No. He's an oversized. We'll show a picture of Forky before being fully made in Bonnie's hand, if I can find the screenshot. He's oversized. He's not the because if you've seen people make like actual Forkies, they use like the average size plastic utensil. He doesn't come up to the same height as Forky in the actual movies. I promise you. Because I had the exact same thought.
They should have just got sporks and put little things on them, and that's it.
They wanted him to scale a certain way with the characters, so yeah, whatever. Anyways, I think Toy Story 3 to this day reigns as the best era as far as Toy Story toys go.
Toys, okay.
Yes, toys go, yeah. I mean, again, Toy Story 4 was great. They had some really good ones, but it seems like year after year, as we get more away from 3, like the full-scale toys aren't as easy to come by anymore. But again, I've heard rumors that Mattel is working on another way, like multiple waves of Toy Story toys, and maybe they're saving them for after the movie comes out. We'll see. I hope so. Okay, let's wrap this up. Let's talk about, we've talked Toy Story 5. Well, we'll kind of squeeze that into the final thoughts and ranking. So tell me your final thoughts on Toy Story 4, rating and your ranking of all 4 movies thus far.
Okay, I really like Toy Story 4. I think it's a fun movie. I think that you just have to go into it without comparing it to other movies, because it's kind of a movie on its own. Like, it started over, basically. The franchise has started over. We're on a new adventure. We have new toys. We have new gangs. We have new dynamics. It's a new kid. It's a new location. So you just have to take all that into account. So I really like it. I give it a 4-star rating. I really
4 out of 5?
Yeah, 4 out of 5. I like it a lot. And I would say it's Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 4, Toy Story.
Really? So you put it above Toy Story?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just don't love Toy Story as much.
That's fair.
I like 3, 2, 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
3, 2, 4, 1.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Maybe even 3, 4, 2. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Okay. I struggle with my ranking, too.
I don't know which one I would want to watch over and over and over again. Probably Toy Story 4.
Really?
I would probably want to watch it more than Toy Story 2.
Why?
I love Toy Story 2.
You said Toy Story 2 is your favorite.
It's more polished.
It's slowly coming down.
They get better every time they come out.
Yeah. It's true.
So,
it's true.
I don't know.
We didn't talk about this. This is.
But I do love that baggage scene at the end of Toy Story 2. I don't know. Toy Story 3, 2, 4.
Okay.
3, 2, 4, and 1.
We didn't talk about this. Best looking Toy Story film.
Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Best looking.
The animation is incredible. Polished. The details, everything's polished. The cinematography they use.
Toy Story 3 is up there with it, but Toy Story 4 is
it's shot in a different aspect ratio, so it's a more wider frame.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it's beautiful. You can say what you want about the story. The best looking Toy Story film. Yes, I agree. I love the movie. It's it's different. It's different from the first 3 films, but I think that's a good thing. And I just love that it focuses on Woody, and it really like challenges his worldview. And he doesn't abandon his worldview. He just views his worldview from a different perspective. And I just think it's genius the way it handles all that. And among many reasons is why I love this movie and why I think it is just as good as the first 3 films. 5 out of 5, obviously, because all Toy Story films are perfect thus far. My rank now I struggle with my ranking. I tend to put 4 at the bottom because I do admit that 1, 2, and 3 are very good. But okay. I switch it around. So here's what I'll say. I'll give 2 rankings. 1, 3, 2, 4.
Wow.
Or 1, 3, 4, 2.
1 above all of them?
Well, I've told you 1's my favorite. Like if I'm gonna rewatch any of them, it's gonna be 1.
Wow. Okay.
And truly it's only because thus far 1 has the most like interactions between Woody and Buzz.
Okay.
And as we've gotten further and further into these films, they've had less and less interaction. And that's why I'm so excited for 5. It's actually a good segue because we're going to talk about 5 before we wrap up. I'm so excited for 5 because it's finally going to give us what I've been wanting since Toy Story 1, which is more time with Woody and Buzz together. Whether they're friendly, whether they're arguing, I don't care. I want to see Woody and Buzz on screen and just being best friends and solving problems together. What? What? I don't know what I said.
That's nothing you said. I have hiccups.
Oh, you have hiccups?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so let's... I want to wrap this up, but like this is the last review we're going to do this is the last time we're going to talk about Toy Story 5 before going into the movie. So
You're not going to drag me there 5 times, are you?
Only if you want to.
No, that's okay.
I'm going whether you want to or not.
No, that's okay.
I'll only make you go once.
Okay.
Everything else is just me and Vin.
Yeah.
I hope he likes it.
Yeah, I think he will. I hope it's good for him to watch.
I hope so,
we're
too.
going to screen it first.
Yes. I think it will be. I really do think it will be, but
we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah.
He watched. Because even with Toy Story 2, he's like, I don't want to watch Zurg. No Zurg. No Zurg. I'm like,
he's kind of he stopped doing that.
That was just yesterday.
Oh, it was?
Oh, yeah.
I must not have been home for that.
No.
And there was some kind of freaky stuff in Toy Story 3 that he didn't really seem to mind. He didn't blink at all when it came to the monkey. So.
Again, it does help that Bonnie's playing with him in the beginning.
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
see his face. He's pretty scary.
I'm excited for this movie, and I think that if this is good, like, keep making them. Keep making Toy Story films as long as they're good. But if this movie ends on a good note and this is it, fine. I mean, we've reached the point where it's like, we need to stop making Toy Story films because the 3 was the best one. It should have ended at 3. Like, we're past that point, okay? All right? 2019 called. They want their argument back. We're past the point of no return, folks. So if they're good, keep going. If not, then mistakes were made. Let's stop. All right. Well, I'm about to lose my voice. We've been here for a long time. This has been a fun road, fun journey talking about Toy Story. I've been wanting to do a podcast or YouTube video series or something like this for years, talking about all these movies and why I love them so much. And I'm really glad we had this excuse to do it. And I'm glad I did it with my best friend, love of my life, my Bo Peep.
That was fun.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, babe.
You're welcome.
And sorry, I say that as if you're never coming back.
No,
she'll be back.
I'm coming back.
Maybe
I don't know what
maybe you won't be in every episode,
yeah.
but you'll be back. Yeah. You'll always be here.
Yeah. I'm the co-host.
You're the co-host, yeah. Just kidding. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching this podcast, this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you liked this show and everything else we do here on this channel. We'll see you guys next time for another episode of Starship Cinema. God bless, and peace out. No balloons.
Oh.
And the air turned on.
Do it again. Ready?
Nah,
Go.
it's okay.
No, go.
Bye. See you later. Whoa, that was cool. I love that. I used to hate it. Now I love it.